Hi there, I'm Jackson Bollinger, Program Manager for Awakening Teen Camp, and we are so excited about the theme of camp this summer, which is going to be the Sermon on the Mount. As we take campers through Matthew 5, 6, and 7 this summer, we're going to be giving them various ministry assignments, one of which being Hope City, which among other things operates a prayer room in the inner city of Kansas City, and we'd really love to show you this video about what they do.
I've been a police officer now for 17 years in downtown Kansas City. Working in the inner city can present its challenges. Large problems with drug, gang, prostitution activity.
In the 20 years that I have been here, I've seen this neighborhood just plummet. The people over here feel abandoned, like nobody cares. I'm just believing that God is going to use Hope City as a powerful force in the neighborhood.
We need much prayer in the inner city. If we don't have the prayer, we're not going to be able to bring forth what God has ordained through prayer for the inner city.
I started using drugs at a really young age. By the time I was 16, I became a junkie. I got married soon after that. My husband was also a drug addict. And we got saved along the way, several years later, but we both had to go back and do jail time. When we got out of jail, we had a desire to go back to the streets because one thing that we left behind was our hearts. We longed to see the people have the same encounter with Jesus that we had had and become set free. Our hearts burned with it. That's where Hope City was birthed. It was birthed out of a longing to see people set free. Right off the bat, we made prayer the main focus. We put feeding the poor and ministering to the homeless and the drug addicts second. I know that sounds backwards, but the primary way that someone's going to encounter Jesus is in a prayer room.
Jesus himself is the answer for the people's needs. And so the people are always being drawn to Jesus, and the prayer room is the central part of that. That's where the people can have encounter with him.
Jesus said in Luke 18, verse 8, that we cry night and day for justice. So night and day prayer is the spiritual foundation for which then acts of justice come out of. Hope City is one of our most practical expressions in walking out in day-to-day reality that which we prayed for and dealt with in the Spirit.
Hope City is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have 70 hours of prayer. We have about 70 volunteers jumping in. And when we remember that, this is a place where maybe this open expression of worship, this continual expression of worship hasn't happened. We're bringing light into a truly a darkened place.
There's been a marked difference in the neighborhood, in the atmosphere, even in the crime rate. We've seen people's lives transform. So I think that the impact of prayer is just beyond being able to talk about it. It's like just crazy.
In the beginning, we fed about 40 people a day in the soup kitchen, and that's probably went to 1,000 to 1,200 people a week.
We've given over 400,000 pounds of food in less than a year. We serve 350 people each week with groceries. 1,200 to 1,500 hot meals go out of Hope City each week.
We have washers and dryers where if they need to come in and do laundry, they can do that. And then if they're homeless or if they're in a situation maybe where they don't have no water in their house, they can come in and take a shower.
The people come in and we see the transformation. We've seen over 100 people saved in the last year, baptisms and just numerous healings.
Light me up, set me on fire, God. And won't you send me down to the heart of the city? To testify and to prophesy for you. Every stronghold's coming down. Bring it down, God. Bring it down.